Houston, we have an Ange down. I repeat, we have an Ange down. Hello, my dear listeners. My name is Kishore Ganesh, and in this episode of the Vocal About Arsenal podcast, I'll be sharing my thoughts on Arsenal's impressive win against Nottingham Forest. To begin with, let's start with the goals from Zubimendi. I'm thoroughly impressed by Zubi's performances right from the first match. He's tough as nails, incredibly protective on the ball, insanely confident in retaining it and then passing it on. And in this season, he is one of our highest goal scorers. Now, I understand as to why Arsenal chased him for 2 full years to sign him. If he decided, he could have gone to clubs like Real Madrid or Liverpool, and yet he chose Arsenal, and that should explain the pull of our club. But yeah, for us to start slowly and then have Zubimendi awaken this entire pocket universe that consisted of the football match and the match viewing audience with that beautiful goal of the season contender, nay, goal of the season winner, was a pleasure to behold. And for Zubimendi to add goal scoring to his arsenal is spectacular news for us. Now, when we have 1 or 2 or even 3 midfielders discover their goal scoring attributes, we have one in the form of Martin Odegaard who is losing it or has lost it. Mind you, he's involved in the control of the team, so we won't beat him up too much for the drop off in the goals. But Odegaard's lack of goals is a slight bit bothering to me. But beyond the goals, there is also the lack of availability of prime Odegaard. And if you take yesterday's match, there was a lack of Odegaard, the person itself, because he got injured very early in the first half. It has been incredible bad luck for the talented midfielder, but this time when he's back from injury, I genuinely hope that we get the Odegaard from 2 to 3 seasons back. Now, to say that we took a while to get going in this match would be an understatement, because at one point, as I posted on Blue Sky, the crowd literally started cheering the team to pass the ball forward. I don't know why we have been starting on the lower gears for the past 2 seasons, but the main issue I have with that is that we are pretty much okay to play in those same gears and to get a draw if a draw was the way in which football matches were won. Now, thank God that's not the case, and goals are absolutely needed for the whole 3 points. But we needed to wake up, and Zubimendi provided that. Now, literally 2 seasons back, losing an Odegaard or a Saka, or if you take the current case where both of them are not in the team due to injuries, this would have literally meant that this season was a write-off. But in yesterday's game, their absence was, in my opinion, barely felt. And mind you, as I posted before the match, Rice was not even in the starting 11. With the big 3 and Saliba not there, our team still managed to put on a performance of dominance after it woke up, of course, which makes me feel like I'm supporting some prime Madrid or Barcelona or City, minus the trophies, of course. Now I'm basically coming to Arsenal games with a lack of anxiety, because win or rarely lose, our team is 99% of the time the best team on the pitch for the entirety of the match, or at least the majority of the match. Case in point, our previous game against Liverpool. We lost that game, but if we ask anybody who's objective, it was Arsenal that was the better team. It was Arsenal who were the protagonists. And in this match, once the Zubi goal came, it was time to close down the shop, because after that, there wasn't any serious moments of concern for us in terms of winning. Forest had a few passes, I think about 4 sequences in the whole game where I thought they were threatening, but beyond that, I was chill. Finishing off the kudos to some of the bright players in our team, which might mean that I have to bring up the whole team. What a revelation madueke has been. He is showing us what exactly we have been missing for the past 3 seasons, and it is like putting in the spice into an amazing dish to make it pop. He was skillful and he never stopped and literally made defenders look like fools. I don't know if it was him or somebody else who made the Forest defender Murillo leave the pitch injured because of all the repetitive and stressed out running that he had to do. And he apparently started 34 games for Forest last season. And just the 4th match against Arsenal, he's out. I remember our defenders or Thomas Partey doing that kind of BS back in the day. But what a sea change we are observing now. Madueke did everything but get a goal, which is kind of what he needs to work on. And later, when Martinelli came on, who mind you, looked bright, it kind of told me that if Martinelli needed to copy anyone, well, he has the right guy right there playing in the team instead of him. Following this, on the other wing, we had Eze, who had a beautiful game with skills and creativity. Eze is truly someone who puts a smile on your face when he's playing because he plays such an attractive form of football. And not to mention, he has raked in an assist in this game as well. Tremendous impact on his first start for Arsenal and a lot more to come from the winger wizard. There, I've given him a title, or is it a nickname, or maybe it's a moniker. Whatever it is, tell me in the comments, and also if you agree with the title or not. And coming to our strikers, Gyokeres did what good strikers do. Be on the lookout and pounce when the opportunity presents itself. When Eze passed him a very easy chance, he didn't let it go begging, and he's up to 3 goals this season. Not a bad return, right? Let's go, big wig. Before we move on to the defense, Madueke's corner. Damn, what have we been missing so far, man? It's Rice or Madueke for me going forward. No questions on that, please. In the defense, this is what I have to say about Christian Mosquera. If any of you are only listening to the pod, then I just put up a picture of Christian Mosquera in animated form with the line that says, Kishore says I'm a hidden treasure unearthed. He is right. I mean, what more can I say? To say that neither I nor Arsenal have greatly missed Saliba, who's a generational talent as far as defenders are concerned, means that Mosquera is a beast. And if he continues with this kind of a form for a season or two, well, we have 2 generational talents for the same position. Keep going, Christian. The rest of the team chugged along, gave Forest a mauling. And then we have 2 important games. The midweek Athletic Bilbao game in the Champions League and our nemesis, Man City, fresh off some court case, I'm sure. Please read up on these guys if you're not keeping yourself updated on the subject. Philip Auclair on Blue Sky and on other social media platforms is a very good source for these kind of details. So yeah, when 2 important games are coming up, we should not be spending too much effort on the first of the 3 matches this week. On to the next one. Once again, thank you for joining me. My name is Kishore Ganesh. This is the Vocal About Arsenal podcast. And thank you, my dear viewers, for lending me your time. Please do give this podcast a follow on social media platforms and especially on YouTube. If you like my content, please do consider leaving a like because that really helps the algorithmic gods serve my video to other like-minded fans. Thank you.